TV soap new and spoilers today. We dive into a story that has been brewing for weeks, one full of lies, betrayal, and a twisted conspiracy. It's time to unravel the mystery surrounding Connie, as all her secrets are on the verge of being exposed. Will this tangled web of deception finally come crashing down? And more importantly, will Jada be able to save the day before things spiral out of control? Let's explore every detail of this unfolding drama. It all started with a phone call, an ordinary conversation that quickly turned suspicious. Jada, ever the sharp investigator, began to sense that something wasn't quite right. Connie, who had always seemed composed and trusted, suddenly found herself in the spotlight when Stephanie talked to her on the phone. During the call, Connie claimed she didn't know two very significant names, Everett Lynch and Robert Bobby Stein. These names may have seemed unimportant at first glance, but to Jada they were red flags waving high in the wind. Stephanie, with her keen intuition, didn't buy Connie's denial for a second. After the call, she immediately relayed her concerns to Jada, pointing out that Connie had lied outright. The lie wasn't just a small, insignificant detail. It was a blatant falsehood that couldn't be ignored. For Jada, this was the moment everything shifted. This wasn't just about a simple misunderstanding. This was a deliberate attempt to hide something much darker. The question was, what? And why? Jada, being the diligent investigator she is, wasn't about to let this lie go unchecked. Connie's claim of not knowing Everett or Bobby didn't sit right with her, so she decided to take matters into her own hands. It was time to dig deeper, to get to the bottom of whatever Connie was hiding. And if there was one thing Jada excelled at, it was uncovering the truth, no matter how well it was buried. Her investigation led her straight to Connie's apartment. The door was ajar, a subtle yet chilling sign that something wasn't right. The atmosphere was thick with tension as Jada cautiously stepped inside, her instincts on high alert. The apartment was eerily quiet, no signs of Connie, but the door being left open was far from accidental. Jada knew this could mean one of two things. Either Connie had fled, or something far worse was happening behind the scenes. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the shadows of this conspiracy, Melinda was fighting for her life. Bound and gagged, she was held captive, another victim in Connie's twisted game. Melinda, desperate and discouraged, heard a voice in the distance. It was Jada. The sound of her voice brought a fleeting moment of hope to Melinda's dire situation. But she was still trapped, struggling against the ropes that kept her prisoner. Melinda's mind raced. She knew if Jada didn't find her soon, her chances of escape were slim. Time was running out, and Connie's plan was in motion. Would Jada be able to piece together the clues and find Melinda in time? Every second felt like an eternity, the tension mounting as the audience watched, helpless, from the edge of their seats. As Jada combed through Connie's apartment, another danger loomed, one that could turn deadly at any moment. Connie, relentless and calculating, had already set her sights on her next target, Gabby. Unbeknownst to Gabby, who was working innocently at her desk, Connie lurked nearby, a cold blade clutched in her hand, hidden behind her back. The image of Connie standing just a few feet away from Gabby, with malice in her eyes and a weapon at the ready, sent shivers down the spine. Gabby was completely unaware of the threat, engaged in her work, oblivious to the danger that was literally inches away. The audience could only watch in horror as the moment of attack inched closer. With Melinda's life hanging by a thread and Gabby unknowingly in the crosshairs, everything boils down to one question. Will Jada arrive in time? Could she connect the dots fast enough to not only save Melinda, but also stop Connie from carrying out her deadly plan against Gabby? As the seconds ticked away, the tension became unbearable. Jada, ever the determined investigator, knew she had to act quickly. Her instincts told her she was getting close, too close to turn back now. But was it enough? Would her arrival be the one thing that prevented a catastrophe, or was she already too late? With every piece of the puzzle slowly falling into place, the moment of truth was approaching. Connie's lies were unraveling, her carefully constructed web of deceit collapsing around her. But the question remains, would she admit to everything before it was too late, or would her desperation drive her to commit even more heinous acts? The confrontation, when it finally came, would be explosive. Jada, armed with the knowledge of Connie's lies, would have to face her head-on. It wouldn't be easy, Connie was cunning, and she had everything to lose. But Jada was relentless, and the truth was finally within reach. The stakes had never been higher, and the suspense was unbearable. As the story unfolds, we're left with more questions than answers. Will Jada save Melinda and stop Connie before she strikes again? Will Gabby escape Connie's deadly plan? And most importantly, will the full conspiracy be exposed, bringing Connie to justice once and for all? Our TV channel Soap News and Spoilers is the place for those who want to know how the Salem story goes, as well as great Days of Our Lives updates and news. So subscribe to our channel to get what you want. Bye-bye.